So these last three members of the squad, I found it very hard to find information on. Any of the images that you might see up on the screen will be of other members of the squad and reunions that they took part in. So there was three other men mentioned in the military archives: Edward Byrne or Eddie Byrne, Ben, possibly Bernard Barrett, and Mick Riley. They're mentioned in a couple of witness statements, but I'm not able to find any more information on them. Um, there is an Edward Byrne who is buried with Patrick Clancy and Dick McKee from who died during a Bloody Sunday, and I believe that Edward Byrne is Eddie Byrne. So this is his bio. So Edward Eddie Byrne was born in 1900 in New York to Irish parents who soon returned to Ireland. He died suddenly on 14th January 1922, County Clare, at age just 22. Byrne is interred in the Republican plot at Glasnevin Cemetery, sharing a grave with IRA leaders Dick McKee and Patrick Clancy, who were both killed on Bloody Sunday in November 1920. While specific details of Byrne's activities during the War of Independence are limited, his burial alongside McKee and Clancy suggest he was held in high esteem within the Irish Republican movement. That's why I believe he was Eddie Byrne from the squad. His death occurred during a tumultuous period in Ireland's history, shortly after the signing of the Anglo-Irish Treaty in December 1921. This led to the established Irish Free State. Ben Barrett then, very little information on him, though there's a couple of mentions in his, like a couple of online pieces that I could find. So this is all I could gather together. Ben, or Bernard Barrett, was a founding member of Michael Collins' elite assassination unit squad, mentioned both by Mick MacDonald and Vinnie Byrne. This covert unit led targeted assassinations against spies and soldiers during the War of Independence. Official records confirm his role from 1918 until the truce. He later joined the Irish State Army and continued serving until 1922, when he was possibly involved in a serious accident and vehicle crash in County Cork. Ben struggled with his health for the rest of his life, eventually applying for a wound and service pension due to his disability. And this record does exist. Little is known about his past life, or his life following his time in the squad, or even during the squad. I couldn't find any information on where he's buried. He possibly died in 1946 or in 1949. Now, unfortunately, then the last one is Mick Riley, who there's very little mention of. He is mentioned in two of the military archives, or two of them that I read anyway, Vinnie Byrne and Mick MacDonald, saying he was also a founding member. But his name is very common. He doesn't show up in any of the military archives, so I would assume he died during the War of Independence or the Irish Civil War. If I can find information, I will, but unfortunately I can't get any pictures. There just doesn't seem to be any exist of these three men. So these are the final three men of